We're back looking at the market right now. If you look at the sentiment on the news narrative side of it, you can actually see a lot of bullish news coming in, which is extremely great at this point of time. However, if you do look at the macro scenario, you're not watching big pops happening. Rather, it's showing they're not going to cut rates now, but at least this is what Fed Chair is giving you. But remember, in like 35, 36 hours, you're going to get another CPI, which can either change that narrative or reinforce that. But yeah, it's just 36 hours. We're going to see that. In the market, due to the regulations, you're watching USDT to USDC taking off. Now, remember, it's just as a percentage, not the total volume, because that's an entirely different story. Now, let's see if it changes for the macro. But if you do look at this, you kind of get the idea that the crowd FUD at this level gives you a huge chance of a rebound to catch the majority off guard. And I think there is a decent possibility that kind of a bounce is coming in here. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Guys, I've tried to change the entire setup with the video, with the audio. I'm not yet sure how it's actually working, but I've tried to make sure the audio at least is good to the mark so that you can understand what I'm trying to convey. Here, right now, what we're watching in front of us is the trend line, which is, a little bit lower. It shows the price can go down to 44. However, if you do look at the market sentiment and how the market is trying to run, there is a sort of a recipe. Right? Majority are not looking at the market going higher, which is in itself a recipe for the market to surprise us. But yeah, for sure, we also have the mass media starting to come out, giving us the idea of it's about to go up. And I usually don't think that's a great point for the price to go up. Usually, yeah, it can bounce a little bit up before it dumps. So that's the macro market. But when you come back in to actually the total market, the altcoin market, it doesn't give you a bad narrative here. It looks okay, it looks good. I would argue that the bull flag is still active with maybe a microstructure coming up to test the upside. We've seen a similar structure playing out before, so we're not surprised. However, the choppiness and the time taken has surprised me a bit. But we're not trying to time the market, are we? We're here to give time in the market, and that doesn't actually kick you out. So on XRP terms, you're holding on to first trend line support, which is 0.4319. However, you need to break 0.468 to go bullish. The pattern remains the same, which the price action is doing here is actually positive in itself, which actually shows you there is a huge possibility of a falling wedge. The RSI gives you that clarity. Then you go on to the Ether on a daily. It shows it is still choppy here. So I'm expecting something like this where it can remain choppy. Where it was like what, 35, 40 days of choppiness before it went back up to test that range resistance. So here, that's close to 4,000, but being precise, 3862, 3850 range is going to be a good resistance. On the bottom side, 2845 is our support. So we don't want to see that being breached. But while Bitcoin remains in this range, that's a risk. Why? Because if you don't break back to the upside, say breach 59, that can lead to some sort of volatility in the market. And we really don't want that. Because while the dollar bounces off, crypto going up doesn't feel right. Either dollar has to go down in next 36 hours with the CPI, which kind of says, okay, crypto, your direction is correct, you'll go up. But if the CPI comes into that range where it says, nah, they're not going to cut rates anytime soon, the inflation is going back up, dollar goes back up, crypto goes down. So this is going to be the micro short view on the market. But understand, the macro pattern remains the same. Your accumulation range is still active. You broke out, you retested and bounced. Now you're in the reaccumulation phase. As soon as this break to the upside on total altcoin market, it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a euphoric range. The light here is hot, man. The studio is not set up completely, and being honest, I'm standing right now. I only have the desk set up right now with trying to make sure that at least the audio is clear. I'm not even 100% sure how that works out because this is a new space. I hope you understand if there are some technological disadvantage here, but I did try my best to make sure compared to yesterday's video here, the message is conveyed clearly. So guys, if you're here, smash that like button for me. And if you want further updates on the market for various different assets on the altcoin side, use the link in the description below to reach the scientific investor family with 1,200 plus members are readily taking part of each and every post I make. So guys, if you watched till this point, I'm very thankful for you. Smash that like button for me. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.